Hey yo, what is poppin', y'all? Louie here, back at it again with another quarantine video, day number 23. So last night was kind of crazy. Well, first off, let me begin by saying that it is hot as out here. It is currently 88 degrees and my phone overheated the first time I was recording this, so that is why I'm here at the park. Anyways, last night was crazy. It was just crazy, not just for me but for the other guy that had to go through this, but I'll get to that in a second. First, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about my old car, the legendary 2002 Honda Civic. I mentioned this car in a few videos already, and my dad actually called it the dummy car. He called it that because of the, I was the dummy basically, because that was my first car ever. So like I kind of had room to, you know, it up basically. It had a few dents and scratches, but I had quite a bit of memories in that car, both good and bad. Like the first time I ever did a burnout was in that car. So I was working at Wawa at the time, and this guy, his name is, I'll just call him Rake. He taught me how to do a burnout because he also had a Honda Civic. I think his was newer though. But he also had a Honda Civic and he was a car guy. So like, I kind of listened to him, and yeah, like it was cool, honestly. But anyways, my most memorable experience was the first time I had to change the tire in my car. This was probably like 1 to 2 years ago. So I was around like 18, 19, around there. So I was driving home from college and everything was normal. You know, like it was a good day. I was gonna go straight to the gym after college, so it was just an all-around good day. I pull up to the light, right at this on this road called, I think, like White Horse Pike or something, and I'm at the light waiting for it to turn green. I'm in the furthest right lane. It's kind of a weird intersection because, like, let's just say this is a road, right? So the road that I'm on kind of curves like that. I'll show you guys an image or something. So I'm on this road and it curves to the left. And as soon as the light turns green, I step on the gas. I guess I kind of miscalculated the trajectory of my car because the front passenger side tire kind of collided into like this little sidewalk thing. I almost lost control because the tire just like burst. But luckily I was in a residential area. Pulled up to one of the blocks. I called my dad, changed the tire, and went straight to the gym. The first time I had to change my tire wasn't nearly as bad as my second time. So the second time I had to change a tire on my car was, I want to say, like a few months after the first time. I was on my way to college and I had finals. I wasn't looking forward to it, but it was the last day of class. I'm coming off the highway, right? I'm taking the exit, and the exit is like a U. You know, like it's kind of a weird shape. Oh, and I forgot to mention that it was raining that day, so it was kind of slippery. I don't think I was going that fast, but who knows. Anyways, I take the exit and I miscalculated the angle or the trajectory of which my car was going again. And I ended up hurling over the curb. One of the main things that I remember was there was this Ford Flex. It was black behind me. I'll show a picture of it. Actually, no, I saw one earlier and I recorded it. But so that is the exact same truck that I saw that day. I hit the curb and the entire front half of my car is over the curb. and this was the driver's side. And I remember the Ford Flex, the guy driving it, he just like honked the horn and sped right ahead of me. Like, that's f***ed up. If this were happening to another person, like it happened yesterday, I would stop and, try my best to help them. I was just in awe and shock because, like, I had no idea what to do. So I pull up to the nearest parking lot I could find to change the tire, because I'm not stupid. I know that, like, if I were to change my tire right there where I was, somebody would have either hit my car or hit me. But I pull up to this parking lot and it's a church, and I'm there for what seems like hours on the phone with my dad. While I'm there, I'm trying to change this tire and do all that, but I realized that, like, I can't fit the jack stand underneath of the car, and I thought I was until I began thinking. I moved my car on top of this little sidewalk, and I tried to, lift the car. Still didn't go up, but it kind of helped a little bit. Then I found out about this auto parts store that was literally right across the street from the church. I didn't really have much money, but I got the cheapest jack stand I could possibly find. I run back over to my car, and the new jack stand kind of fits, but not fully. What I did was I put the new jack stand right underneath of the car. I raised it, and then I slid the other jack stand underneath of my car, and I changed the tire. And I just got the fuck out of there, because that situation was stressful. But in both of those situations, I was alone. And that brings me to last night, or yesterday late afternoon. I work for this delivering company that I'll just call Floor Stash occasionally, right? And yesterday I just so happened to be working it. I work for that company because one, it's an additional source of income. Two, because it keeps me active. And three, because I get to be my own boss. I'm driving up this road that is by the park that I had my 10th birthday and all that. And I noticed that there is like this gigantic piece of a car on the road. So I tried to like swerve around it, and then I see another one and another one and another one. Then I pull up to the light, and I see this guy, and I could tell that like something was wrong with this car. I follow him until he comes to a complete stop. He stopped at like this little intersection, which was pretty f***ing stupid. But anyways, I pull over, I get out my car, and I approach him. I ask him, like, is he okay? What happened and all that? And guess what he told me? He hit the f***ing curb. Oh my f***ing God. That like brought back so many memories. He was a young African American man. If I were to guess like his age, the first time I saw him, I would have probably said like 19, 20, around there. But no, he was actually 17, and his name was Scott. I noticed that like his tire is all kinds of fucked up. And I'll show you guys this in a little bit, but it was really bad. But I asked him, does he, one, have a spare tire, and two, does he know how to change a tire? He was like, yes and no. Yes, I do have a spare tire, but no, I do not know how to change it. Then I tell him to follow me into this parking lot and I'll change it. So we pull up to the parking lot, and he doesn't have his own tools. He asked me if I had tools and all that. I was like, yeah, of course. I bring out my lug wrench, and I'm trying my absolute hardest to change this guy's tire. But the one and only problem was that I drive a German car and he drives an American car. So like, I think the lug nut sizes are different. which kind of sucks. He asked me to drive him to the bridge and he'll walk home. So I do just that. I drive him to the bridge. Then I realized that like it was probably like 6 or 7 and it was getting dark out. So I was like, okay, so how about this? I'll drive you home, but you have to like pay for the toll. It was like, oh, I don't have my wallet. I don't have any money. He didn't even have his phone. Oh, and also on top of that, he didn't know anybody's number, which is weird. But I'm like, okay, fine. I'll pay for it. I'll take you home, and that's it. So that was literally what I did. Yesterday was just a long day because he lived pretty far from the Ben Franklin Bridge. But anyways, so the moral of today's topic, well, this one goes out to like people like Kyle. 1, do not stop by the side of the road because that is where like accidents happen and all that. 2, always leave your house with your phone, your wallet, and some money in it. Oh, and 3, always carry a pen and paper. And the moral for everybody else, be helpful sometimes, you know, be considerate. Because like me, for example, like I did not have any help at all and I thought I was screwed basically. Anyways, I think I made this video long enough. It may take me a hell of a lot longer to edit this one because it is 42 minutes and counting. So yeah, this one's gonna take a lot longer. Anyways, as always, much love, be safe, and catch you tomorrow. Peace. So this is his car. It was a Chevy Cobalt, some shit like that. This is the wheel that he fucked up. Damn, yo, that thing is up. And as you can see on the inside, some stuff fell out. And yeah. So Kyle, if you ever watch this, I know where your car is.